everyone, welcome to Femme Fables. Megan here, and I have Nick with me again this week.
Hello everybody.
And today we are talking about something that we were talking about off camera. When I started kind of really getting back into dating, I actually signed up for this like relationship coaching, like a seminar thing where you had to do certain exercises. And one of the first exercises I had to do was write a hell yes and a hell no list.
I had no idea about this list. I had no idea what it was, but it is very intriguing.
So basically what it is top 5 to 7 things you absolutely want in a partner and the bottom 5 to 7 things. Basically, this is absolutely what I want and this is absolutely what I don't want in somebody. Like your hell no's or your deal breakers. This is a deal breaker for me. I would not date somebody who had, this characteristic or whatever it is. And I thought it was so important. Like when I thought about it, I was like, wow, that is, really important, because if you don't know what you want or don't want, how do you know what you're looking for?
Yep.
And I ask people that all the time. I was like, well, what are you looking for? And they're like, well, I don't know, somebody I have a connection with. I'm like, okay.
Well, how are you going to know if you have a connection with them if you don't know what you want in them?
Right. And if you're like, oh, I just want a connection, then it's probably I'm just physically attracted and we have sexual chemistry, which is not long-standing for a long-term relationship, right?
Yeah.
So Nick and I thought it would be fun to go through our hell yes and hell no list, and we'll kind of talk about them a little bit.
Yes.
And hopefully that'll give some people some ideas for things that you want to put on your list, so that you can kind of know what you're looking for, or maybe you already have one, but you can't have 20 hell yes. Like, then you start weeding out everybody. I mean...
Yeah, you could.
You could have 20 nice to have.
If you really go into the whole, I want someone that loves me, well, of course you do.
Which we talked about that.
You have to really talk about like the specifics.
Right. And we'll go through them so you guys can get some examples.
Rounds. Like round 1, ding, and then you like add a ding. And then
okay, we can do that.
Round 1.
Fight. Mortal Kombat. All right. So I'm going to pull up my little note with my list. And also, if you are watching on YouTube, please like, subscribe, comment. It helps the channel grow. If you're listening on the podcast, thank you as always. We appreciate everyone's support, so we can keep this channel going. So thank you for that. All right, round 1.
Round 1.
Mine is sense of humor.
Mine is also sense of humor.
Twinsies.
Twinsies.
Okay.
That's huge for me.
Huge.
That's like number 1, I think, for me.
Well, I already think I'm funny as fuck, so I crack myself up all the time. Like earlier today, I was dancing in my kitchen to Tom Petty, and Knox was just looking over at me like, what the fuck is this bitch doing?
No, that's, for me, I say it all the time. I don't need anybody to make me laugh. I can make myself laugh. Same. But if you can make me laugh, and if you have the humor that I have, I'm just like, you're perfect.
So already. What type of humor do you like?
I'm very sarcastic.
Okay, same.
Like the dirty jokes. I love like jokes that are like things that you wouldn't say around other people. like Anthony and I have our own jokes that is like those are at home or like together in the car jokes.
Yeah, we say those only in front of each other, not in public.
Yeah. Those are like what I love, and just like the same kind of shows that we watch or something like that we really find funny, like that all correlates into the same thing for me. Like we can watch the same shows and think the same things are funny. That's what I love.
So I'm the same way. I love wit. Banter is really important to me. I need somebody who can kind of give it back to me, kind of thing, and like.
It's like snippy almost, but it's like the perfect amount of snippy that it's like, oh, I like that. And it's not like you're being mean. You're just like, I don't know, I love it.
And I'm also kind of a dork, so I remember I was on a date or whatever, and I was waiting for this guy to get in his car, and I jokingly was like, I'm gonna wait till you get in your car so nobody rapes you. And he's like, are there rapists around? And I was like, you sounded really excited about that. He goes, I did.
Oh my god.
And it was just that like
it's the quick stuff.
Right, I like that because that's like a sharp mind. I like a witty, sharp-minded person.
Anthony and I will say, like if we say something and we're having like an actual conversation, then it like gets lightened up a little bit by just saying, yeah, don't get too excited, or like something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, I really want to do this, blah blah blah, and then it's like, yeah, don't get too excited. Like just like that kind of stuff where you're like busting each other's balls a little bit, but it's like just it's good. Like I love that because I remember pre-Anthony meeting anyone. That was like really, I think that was really the main thing I was trying to find was someone that could level my humor. Because I have one of my best friends, her name's Val, and she, like, her humor is like, it's like the best. Like, just the dumbest thing, like, we'll like make Arby's jokes, like,
oh, fuck Arby's.
no,
Arby's
exactly.
gross as fuck. Who eats
Exactly.
gray meat?
But
Like, don't even get me on fucking Arby's.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like we have the jokes of just like the stupid humor.
Do you
like
look at someone and be like, that girl goes to Arby's? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it's like it's not even that. It's like we'll say like we'll text each other or call each other and be like, you want to get dinner later or something, and then it's like, yeah, where do you want to go? And like she'll say Arby's or like just like something like it's so stupid. But I love that.
Yeah.
And that's how Anthony is too. So that's what I love. Just like the stupid humor.
Same. I just, I like a good witty banter. For sure.
Not like the dumb, sometimes I think like the stupid humor, like there's really stupid humor like Adam Sandler. Like a lot of like, or no, like it's, I think it's Will Ferrell. A lot of his movies, some of them are like really like dumb humor that I'm just like, okay, this is really stupid. So not that dumb, but dumb.
Yeah. All right. Round 2.
Round 2.
You first.
Someone that's positive.
Okay. Mine is physically active.
Okay. Yes, I like that. I like that one.
So someone who's positive. Kind of elaborate on that.
Because I can't be around negativity. Like I really have learned that I can't be around negativity, and it's just because if you're around it, then you become it. That's what I.
And you're a Pisces, so you soak up
energy
and emotions.
a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like I've really been noticing that a lot lately, and it's crazy. But I, just someone that I enjoy being around, and I enjoy being around positive people. That if something bad happens, they're also positive too. And I know I keep saying Anthony, but it's because he's my boyfriend, and that's what I look for in someone is, I'll have something going on, but he'll be like, it's okay, and he's, like Virgo is so not really like that, where they are, like we've talked about, not really super emotional.
Right, yeah.
But he's emotionally there for me, that he's like, it's all going to be okay. You're freaking out about nothing. And I'm like, okay, you're right. Positive.
That's his logical Virgo side.
Yep.
Like.
And some people are like, that's not enough. Like, I need more. But for me, I'm like, that's what I need.
He grounds you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of positive, that positive thinking. And I completely get where you're coming from with the active, because I feel like it's the same kind of thing where you build off of that in a relationship, and you like to stay active.
Right. And that's the thing, is that I by no means, I don't care if somebody has 6-pack abs.
Right.
Or like a dad bod, like that doesn't bother me. I just want you to be able to, go on a hike, and I like to play sports. And they don't have to necessarily play sports, but I like to be moving and doing things, and I go work out 4 to 5 times a week, and they don't have to necessarily do that. But now that I think about it, I've only dated one guy that we'd like get up on a Saturday morning, we'd go work out together, then we eat at, you know what I mean? And that was like such a great thing to do. Like, he meditated, like he was really good for me. Like he made me want to be a better person.
I love that.
Yeah, which I think is also huge.
Well, and it's hard too, because what I even like with Anthony and I, there's times that one of us won't feel like going to the gym, but the other person does. And sometimes because I'm an emotional Pisces, I'm like, oh, like I wish he could just go to the gym with me. Like, you know what I mean? But it's like, you need a day off. Like, come on.
All right. Round 3.
Round 3, you lead off.
So somebody who wants kids, that's important to me.
Yes.
Because I want kids. Which
is a deal breaker in a lot of cases, isn't it? I
have found it's more of a deal breaker for them.
Okay.
Like, I've had men who are like, I don't know if I want that, kind of thing. And, I had this whole debate with my friends, like, you shouldn't be bringing that up on your first date. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Megan? And I was like, I'm not, like, sitting there like, I want to have your babies. We're asking questions and we're talking. And I'm like, yeah, having children's important to me. That's not something I see living my life not having.
Right. I feel like that's a big one.
It's a big one. And it's big on both ends. People who don't want children and people who do. And I've actually we'll drop this here on this episode, but have a consultation about having a baby on my own next week.
Oh my gosh. That is so exciting.
Uncle Nick and Anthony.
Nick and Ann. Oh my gosh. What? I need to get back to the microphone. That's so exciting.
I don't know if I'll do it. I want to see it. I think our insurance covers some level of IVF.
That's
need to do
amazing.
in vitro, but yeah.
Do they cover for gay men that want to have a baby? Because that's really expensive.
Yeah, I know. Anthony talked about it on his episode for coming out, like just how adopting. And I was talking to my hairdresser, Joaquin, and his boyfriend, and they looked into it, and they're like, it's so expensive.
It's so expensive. And even because I've always wanted my own kid, and just looking at having a surrogate and doing that whole process too, that is insane.
Yeah.
But back to the main bomb drop. Wow, that is so exciting.
I don't know if I'll do it, but, I had a friend over when we were kind of getting off track, but I think it's important for women my age and older who haven't found somebody to think about, and I hadn't thought about it. I always thought I need to find somebody so I have a kid. One of my friends came over. It was Jessie, who...
Oh my God.
And she said she was a single mom, not by choice. She was with her boyfriend and kind of left her high and dry when he found out she was pregnant. But she was like, what's more important to you in life? Finding somebody or having a child? And I said, having a child.
Yep.
I mean, of course I want to find somebody, but... having a kid. And unfortunately, as somebody who's about to be 38 years old in 2 days, there is that biological clock, unfortunately, and I don't want to miss that opportunity. So she's like, you're successful. You have so much support. She's like, I was like, well, who's going to come over and cuddle me when I'm pregnant as hell, crying? And she's like, I'll come cuddle you.
Oh, I will too.
So I was like, I never really thought about that. Like, I think I'd be a great mother, and women do it all the time. Now I'm doing it by choice, but I'd make sure I was financially sound. Yeah, to do that. But so, anyways.
That is so exciting. I'm so excited.
And it actually, in kind of a way, took the pressure off of me dating, and wanting to find somebody.
Yeah, because you don't need a man.
Right.
You just need a...
And honestly, I think I might have better odds if I was a single mother sometimes.
You know what? You may.
So
I love that.
We'll see.
I'm so excited. Now it's
we'll
like episode over.
I need to
Nothing is going to get up to that.
If you would like to be a donor, no.
Oh my gosh, have you seen The Switch with Jennifer Aniston?
No, I have not seen it.
You have to see it.
I know it. I know the movie. Though,
you know it? Okay. Yeah. Love it.
I haven't seen it though. All right. What was yours?
What is mine? I forgot. Mine is I'm someone that's health conscious. Okay. Kind of goes into the whole, I guess that kind of goes into the active, because health for me is not only food, it's also that active lifestyle too, where someone that's on the same page with me as far as what we eat, and we're eating the same thing together and that kind of thing. I think that's really important.
What they put in their body is important to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's important to me, and it goes on it's like your values, what you value in your life, and that's a big value for me. So, yes.
I get that. I mean, I would say I'd probably agree, for the most part, but I also want somebody who can indulge. I don't want somebody, which I know you guys do, knowing you guys, but you know what I mean? I don't want somebody who's like, do you really need to eat that pizza today? Yes.
Oh, if
yes,
someone ever said that to me,
yes.
Get away from me. No. Anthony and I will I will cheer him on. If he wants a sweet or something, and it's so funny because we talked about that where he's like,
he beats
are you gonna have dessert?
Yeah.
Because I want to have dessert. And I'm like, I'll have dessert. That's what I mean, it's funny because him not being here, I miss that. So we're not going to get off subject, but anyways.
Aww. Be back soon.
Someone that gets that, is healthy, and for me, likes being healthy, but also likes having sweets. Yeah. Like cookies from Publix.
Yeah, right. You can indulge. It's okay. It's not going to ruin, right.
That's
Publix
the thing, too, is the same, that's what I'm, the same, when we want sweets, we're always on the same page with the sweets, and I'm like, okay, this is perfect. Carrot cake, let's go.
Carrot cake. All right, round 4.
I'm leading off for this one. Round 4 is someone that loves to travel.
That's important.
Yes.
Mine is somebody who likes dogs.
That is major.
Because you're
not
watching
only do
on YouTube,
you should have someone that loves horses.
Oh, little ponies.
Ponies, because
Yeah.
that's basically what you have.
Yeah, somebody. I mean, I'm clearly gonna have to find a dog lover. Or somebody who loves me very much that they love Knox as well. But
yes, but I mean, if that really speaks measures though, because if someone is not an animal lover, it's kind of like, oh, okay.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I think people who don't like animals are weird.
They're not. I feel like you're not compassionate or something.
Right, there's something missing.
If you don't cry at that ASPCA commercial,
Sarah McLachlan.
Oh gosh, if you don't cry at that,
the angels with their sad little voices.
I'm gonna start crying just hearing that, because seriously,
I turn that shit off as soon as I see it. I can't watch it.
If someone can sit through that commercial and not have any emotion,
you're dead inside.
You better run.
It's a red flag.
It's a huge
You know what?
red
That's
flag.
a test of somebody. If you want to know if somebody is compassionate, put on what ASPCA, is that what it is?
Yep.
Commercial with Sarah McLachlan with the sad little puppy faces. Some of them look like they're actually crying, the dogs.
Oh my
I know. Anyways, moving on. All right, what was likes to travel? Okay.
Likes to travel because as much as I am a homebody, like I love being home.
Yeah.
But I just love going places. I love it. And luckily for me, that's another thing that Anthony likes.
I mean, he's cruising right now, so.
I know. I don't like that, but he'll be back soon.
He will
but
be.
we just love to travel, and because traveling for me is like another way to have way more memories together with another person. Experiences
and things like that.
Like how many memories? I mean, we have a lot of memories in St. Pete, but like let's go have a memory in London.
Underwater merman photos and
Tulum, butt ass naked.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Last round for hell yes, round 5. Am I leading this off?
Yes.
So kind of the same thing Nick was just talking about. I want somebody who's adventurous. So likes to travel, likes to try new food. And it's funny, when I wrote this, I was like, the last guy I dated didn't eat seafood. He didn't even know what risotto was and never had it. Like,
that's hard, but at least you could open him up to that.
I remember explaining to him what risotto was, and he was like, I'm not sure I would like that. I was like, who doesn't fucking like creamy pasta? Little pieces of pasta. And seafood. I fucking love seafood.
That kind of goes into... I didn't even say that yet. I was going to say, because wasn't one of mine open-minded? Like coming up.
That's your hell no, yeah.
Hell no is someone that's not open-minded. But that to me goes into that, because it's like, you have to be like willing to try stuff with me.
Right.
And us grow together.
Right.
Like,
and not be like, oh my God, no, I would never.
Yeah. Like show me a food I've never tried before. I would love that. And I'll like it. You know what I mean?
I had somebody tell me about making rice a different way the other day.
Okay.
And I was like, I never thought about that.
What way?
Like, so what they do is they use a normal pot, which I have a rice cooker, which is the easier way, right? But, so you take a whole garlic clove and you put it on a toothpick so you can pick it out of the rice or whatever once it's done. And then half an onion, and you cover the pan in oil, and you put it on high, and you let that almost get brown, the onion and the garlic, and then you pour your rice in, then your water, and you let it cook with that half onion, half garlic clove. And he said to salt the water like a ton, like salty.
Really?
I tried it, and it was the best fucking rice I've ever had. And
really?
that's the kind of stuff I love.
Yeah.
Like people who open you up to new things and have people who have life experiences, like doing different things. And I think traveling is one of them. Like, some of my best memories are traveling alone. I've traveled alone too,
Yeah. And traveling alone is amazing.
What was your last?
My last hell yes was, I believe it was someone that I can depend on.
Okay, like how?
But I may change that too. I mean, because you obviously, like you said, you have more than 5, but I think I'll say open-minded.
Someone who's open-minded.
That's like because I'm constantly learning. Mm-hmm. I'm constantly evolving.
Which is great, yeah.
And I I would never want to have someone that is so stuck in their ways that they are so closed off to any possibility of change or any possibility of a new opinion that they have on something that they already have an opinion on. You know, like Anthony and I, like we learned so much in like the past year with COVID, just being like 24/7, like at the house together, like discussing, because so much happened last year, like politically and just in general. It was like a lot for us to discuss, and it was like we both just grew so much because we had that open mind.
Yeah.
And I could never be with someone that is not open-minded.
You gotta be. I love playing devil's advocate sometimes, like, and I love seeing different sides of people's, even like people who I adamantly am like, we won't get into the COVID thing, but in vaccinating. But it's so interesting to me to see other people's side though, and listen to it, and not be completely closed off, because they're very adamant about their decisions. But
I will say I am open. Like
I'm willing to hear other people's. Yeah.
When new information comes out, because you're always learning. Like I keep saying we're always learning, but
you should always want to keep learning, I think.
I could totally talk about this thing, but I'm not.
I think you should always keep learning, and you should always be growing as a person in life.
Yes.
You know, you should always be evolving at some level.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And if you're not, I highly recommend it. No,
and if you're not,
no.
we went like 2 different ways on that.
All right. Are we moving on to the hell no?
Hell no.
All
yes. Right. Am I first
hell
on
no's.
that one, or is that you?
You're first, because I did the last one. So round 1.
Hell no is someone that is. What was the word that we've talked about?
Not sentimental? Are we in the sentimental
part?
Well,
yeah, I like that one. That one is a no for me. Someone that doesn't have the sentimental side of them. Like, I love when someone takes memories that they have with you and they continue them on and bring them up in different ways that you would never think about. Stuff like that. I love that kind of stuff.
So you want somebody who's thoughtful, like
very thoughtful, yes. And I do have that.
With your little hashtag birthday cards.
Hashtag birthday cards.
All right, my first hell no is somebody who smokes cigarettes.
Yeah, that's a big one, especially
can't do it
right now. Can you do someone that vapes?
My last long-term relationship was somebody who vaped, and I just think you look so stupid.
It's annoying.
I mean, I know. I never say never. As long I might be able to deal with, but because I've done it before. But my first boyfriend he smoked a pack of Marlboro Reds a day. I was 17 when I started dating him. Yes.
My dad smokes, and that's what he smokes, and I don't like it. But yeah.
I don't want to kiss somebody who tastes like an ashtray. I don't want to smell something.
I heard that. Like,
you know?
Yeah,
that's just,
I would agree on that.
I personally, and somebody's like, what if they're gonna quit? I'm like,
It's hard because it changes a lot of stuff, like your health. It affects your health. It affects your
And I think that goes with being health conscious and physically active. I think in my mind, like I know people who smoke that are physically active, like, but I don't understand why people smoke anymore with what we know about what smoking does to you. But I know it's an addiction, so But that's I can't date a smoker.
Round 2.
Somebody who is lazy.
Okay, that's a good one.
And I'm trying to think how I describe this. So I remember I dated a guy, and I had to work on a Saturday, and he stayed back at my place because he was spending the weekend with me. And I texted him and be like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just sitting on the couch all day.
Bye.
Bye. No.
Well, there's days that I want to do
days where
that.
I do that, but I'm also a Virgo, and we usually constantly have to be kept busy.
Going.
You know, but
traveling with a Virgo is fun. It really is.
I mean, I think I definitely yesterday. I just sat on the couch and like watched Netflix or whatever. Like,
yeah, everyone has those days.
but I also spent the week working out 5 times that week
Yep.
and working
And you
hard.
deserved that day.
Right, so I took a day like of rest.
Thank God. You need that. Everybody needs
Yeah.
that.
I
But when
need
it
more
comes
of, like,
to
a
like 5
consistent,
days
like,
of
right.
being on the couch, no.
Yeah.
Get your ass up. Uh-oh. Get your ass up.
Yeah, I remember my last long-term relationship, I remember coming home and I was working 2 jobs. I was working my full-time job and trying to do a side business with my friend. And I come home and granted, you know, I think he was going through some other stuff, but like he clearly hadn't even showered. Like he was sitting in the dark. Maybe he was going through some stuff, so I won't use it as an example.
Oh, okay.
But
Rewind.
But yeah, so I guess I feel like has such like a negative connotation to it, but it's just like I like to be active.
Yeah.
And do things and, you know.
Well, because if you're in that relationship,
yeah.
it's like you just went out and you just got all the groceries when they just sat on the couch and watched TV with a bucket of popcorn in their hands,
right.
and they are still in their pajamas.
Yes.
No.
Right.
No,
that's what,
no, because that's what it's going to lead into, and then it's going to get full of resent, and then you're going to just build up all of your emotion, and then you're going to flip out, and you're preventing that from happening.
Which has happened.
No.
That exact thing has happened to me before in a relationship.
No laziness.
Yeah. All right, what's your...
My next one for
You're
hell
on 2.
to the no is someone that does not have good hygiene.
Okay. You're dirty.
Oh.
Not in the bedroom dirty way, but in a gross...
Oh, bedroom dirty is a hell yes.
Agreed. Hell
Cleanliness-wise, if you don't have good hygiene, then... Exactly. That was good. Yes.
I'm not cutting that out.
Yes, Knox. No, we say no to them.
We say no to bad hygiene, right?
Because you smell. And it can even be like, brush your teeth every day, wear deodorant, go, it's just, I
think that's a lot to ask, but there are people who are not very
and like I get,
clean.
If you go to the gym or you go on a run, like, you're obviously gonna have like your sweat and stuff.
Yeah.
That's fine. But when you just aren't someone that's clean and you go like days without showering or like
days without showering. I used to get made fun of in my family growing up. We only had 1 bathroom and I'd shower like twice a day.
Yeah.
And they were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like morning and night, like
Nothing.
I would shower.
I'm amazing.
Yeah.
I'm clean. I'm good. I'm ready to go. Yeah. That's a hell no for me. Someone that is not clean. So yeah.
All right. Round 3.
Round 3 is someone that is rude is a hell no. Just because I don't know. Obviously why would I ever want to be around someone that's rude?
And that's my 4th, but we're gonna play it as my 3rd because we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But mine was impolite and rude to others. And they say actually like one of the biggest red flags of somebody is see how they treat your waiter or waitress when you're at a restaurant. If they're rude to somebody in that capacity, like they're probably a rude person.
Yeah.
Like I go out of my way to be polite to those people because I know that job is hard because I could never fucking do it. And like I would probably.
Yep. I will say there was one time I wasn't happy with the waiter and I got so much I got so much crap from Anthony and his friend Gina about it because they just make fun of me. They know I wasn't actually rude. But the waiter was taking my food from me and I wasn't done eating. And it wasn't, this is all I said. I was just, because I have my phone out and I saw that they were coming to take my food and I was just like, I'm not done eating. And that's really all I said. I didn't say, and like, but it's just like a joke. But that was really like the only time that I was like kind of annoyed at a waiter other than them like taking forever. But you just can't be rude. Number one, because they may spit in your food. And I don't want to deal with that.
Right.
But just treat others how you want to be treated is how I've always lived. Just growing up, that was what I was taught. And that's just a huge thing for me. And if you're rude, that, like you said, it says a lot about your character.
Like I've seen people like snap their fingers.
Oh no.
Or like shake their cup. And I was like, that's really fucking rude. Like, just like Do a little
Shake your
hand thing
tits
if you need
instead.
somebody, right? Like
That'll get them over. That'll get them over. That should
Depending
be a new
on,
movement. Don't shake your glass. Shake your
shake your titties, not your
shake
cup.
your titties instead of
Even if
your
you
glass.
got man titties, shake them too.
Oh my gosh, of course. We do not discriminate.
No, we do not. All right, round 4. Mine is not. So I say being not close with their family, and I was talking to Nick about this off camera because I know not everybody has a super close family. So that I'm gonna take it back. I think it's more of they have to understand the dynamic I have with my family.
Okay,
'Cause
so understanding.
Yeah, I have dated men who didn't understand when my parents lived 20 minutes from me. I'd see my parents every week, and they're
Okay.
like, "That's fucking weird. Why do you have to see your parents
No, it's
every
not.
week?" Right? And I'm like,
Lame.
yeah, right. So I think somebody who just understands that dynamic. Now, if I met somebody who also was close with their family and talked to them quite often
Yeah.
and saw them, like I would love that, but they just need to at least understand the dynamic I have.
that.
Yeah.
I may just add that to mine.
Well, what's
Because
your
let me
4th?
see what I had. Someone that is racist or sexist.
Wow.
Or like someone that is like that falls under that, but that goes on to what did I just say? We don't discriminate. Like people like that.
It's also
I
very
just-
close-minded view.
Right. So that's basically kind of
Yeah.
where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Is like someone that's closed-minded, someone that's has that mentality. I just don't want to, because it's who you surround yourself with. I don't want to deal with that, and yeah, I just don't.
Yeah.
There's no
that's-
reason to ever deal with someone that's like that and ever live with someone that's like that.
Yeah, that's just like an automatic, like out, like
Absolutely.
I don't even, like I just, yeah, I'm with you. All right, we're on
Next.
next round 5,
Um,
last of the hell knows.
I don't have a 5 yet.
Mine's
don't
being
know if I-
disrespectful.
Okay.
That kind of goes back to being impolite and rude to others, but it's
Yeah.
also about how they treat you. Like if somebody disrespects me, that's a huge issue in my
Ooh,
mind.
Yeah.
Like, don't put me down. Even if you're angry, don't call me a bitch.
No.
Kind of thing. You can still disagree and have arguments and be respectful of each other.
Yeah.
And then, don't disrespect my family. Like,
No. I agree with that.
like be respectful of others in your relationship.
Yeah. I actually just thought of one because I remember back prior to Anthony when I had been talking to someone. So a hell no for me is someone that cares more about who they are perceived to be on social media more than being how they are in person, and they care more about their presence on social media than their presence in real life. That to me is a hell no.
Like, are you talking about people who portray themselves as something they're not?
Well,
Or-
that, but just someone
And also somebody who cares more about,
that cares so
they're
much more
perceived.
about what's on your phone,
I
what's
gotcha.
on
Yeah.
social media, keeping up with your followers more than being in tune with your your circle
people you're
of people
spending
that are
time
in your
with.
life.
Yeah. Oh, for
Because
sure.
I did talk to someone that was so focused on communicating with the people on the phone that they've never even met in their life versus the people that are right there in the same room as them. And I, to this day, it just makes me so infuriated. Yeah.
And it infuriates you.
It infuriates me
Yeah.
because it's just, I hope that they've gotten better at that, but it just
Was it like their job? Were they an influencer?
no,
Or they're,
no.
Yeah.
It was just, oh my gosh, I just whistled with my teeth, which is embarrassing. But anyways, no, it's just they got like a following, and Anthony and I have following now.
Yeah, you guys have
But
quite a bit of big following.
but we have the conversations where it's like we don't need to be on it, and we
Right.
don't have to.
You don't post
let's
a ton.
Take a back. Let's
Yeah.
take a step back from it because it can get too much, and you can so easily be so caught up in that where it's like, and I have done it before where it's like I need to post like all the time or whatever, but I haven't really been posting all the time. But it's like you just feel so good when you don't, and it's like when someone gets so absorbed with that, they get really self-absorbed, and they don't care about anybody that's actually in their real life, and it's sad. That's a hell
sad.
no for me.
Yeah, I would probably agree that I don't know if I could date somebody who was that absorbed. Like the last guy I went out with had like barely any social media. Like he was not even
That's
a social media person.
Yeah.
You know, but which is kind of nice, you know, and refreshing. And I haven't been posting a lot. I post about the podcast now and maybe some stuff here and there. But even Nick and Anthony's Instagram, like you guys, and I think Anthony does most of it probably, but
I've been kicking it a little bit while he's been on the cruise.
But it's not overly excessive. It's just enough.
No, yeah, and it's because it gets to be too much, and it can be stressful sometimes because you're like, what am I going to post? What am I going to do? And it's like, it's not worth it. It's like social media is, we talked about this before, it's like it doesn't have to be, it should be a good thing. It shouldn't be something that you're stressed about or something that's overwhelming.
Right.
And when, I don't know, like for me it goes more to the fact of when people that focus more on the social media or the virtual people that they feel like are their friends, which they could be your friends, that's fine, but you never met them and you're not around them currently, so get off your phone.
Agreed. Yeah. Well, somebody who's on their phone, like that's a big pet peeve. If you're on a date with
correlate
somebody
within that. Yeah.
and you pick up your phone and look at it, especially on like a first date, that is like if you have a kid or something, I totally understand if you need to check to see if you're being contacted. But
of course, yeah.
No, I've been out with some people that were like on their phone, like scrolling. I'm like, hello.
I'm
like,
right here.
Talk about being disrespectful. That is what I mean. Yes.
It's funny. It all ties in a little.
Yes. We always come. See, we were like, what are we going to talk about? Look
circle.
at this.
It's the circle. It's not the circle of life, but it's full circle.
Circle
This was a good one. I think we
yeah.
covered some good ground on it.
I do too. You're gonna go to Anthony and be like, "Are you all these things?" No.
He's gonna probably watch this and he's gonna be like, "You talked about me in every one, so I know I fit the bill."
Right.
And I'm like,
I know.
obviously.
I'm jelly because I'm like, "Where's my person?"
I'd really like to know what our audience,
I would too.
what their 5 and 5 are.
I am. I mean, when I post this, I will ask. So we will wrap it up. But yes, feel free to comment. What are your 5 hell yes, 5 hell no that you look for when dating or in a significant other? Or you can email us at femmefables@gmail.com if you want to email me your list and I'll go over it. But yeah, we'd love to hear from you and get your thoughts and what your thoughts are on our list. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're listening on the podcast, thank you again. And we will see you next time.
Bye.